Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my thoughts on L'Orpheline from Serge Lutens, a fragrance that was released in 2014 and one that I initially purchased almost blindly, mainly because the name itself completely drew me in. Of course, I didn't go in total blind. I read quite a lot about this scent beforehand and tried to form an idea of what to expect before buying it. Lately, especially over the past 1 or 2 years, I found myself gravitating toward fragrances with a more artistic scent profile, something different but still wearable and pleasant. Here, L'Orpheline seems to fit perfectly to this category, and it's not a weird fragrance by any means. It's a very minimalistic and simplistic scent, but at the same time it has subtle nuances that keep it from becoming boring. This is a scent built around the frankincense chord, but it's done in a very fresh and a light way, which makes this scent extremely easy to wear and surprisingly versatile through the whole year. Serge Lutens doesn't share much technical information about the notes or chords, but describe the fragrance like this. In L'Orpheline, the many shades of grey symbolize her break with the past and the stripping away of the layers of fine dust which veil her memories. Fragile but whole, its name hints at a break, but before the fissure show, its first 2 syllables conjure Orpheus, a poet who could charm even stones. And honestly, that description fits perfectly. This fragrance truly evokes the color grey, but not a dull grey, more like a shiny silver, something sparkling, almost like the tail of a comet. For me, L'Orpheline is a citrusy, musky frankincense, and in simple terms, it smells citrusy, aromatic, smoky, musky, and only very slightly sweet. The frankincense here is not the traditional church-like frankincense, which initially disappointed me a bit because that's what I was hoping for. Instead, it smells more like a cold incense smoke. And what makes this fragrance so beautiful and interesting is the contrast between the fresh citrusy bergamot, the white musk, and this cold aromatic incense. The fragrance is very minimalistic and straightforward. It doesn't go through drastic changes. From the opening, you get almost all 3 main accords right away: citrus, musk, and frankincense. You have this juicy, slightly sour citrus, almost like cutting into a lemon, followed by a creamy white musk. In the background, filling the space between these two, is the cold incense smoke, which gives this fragrance a very cool, nostalgic feeling. There is also slightly shaving foam vibe, but like a very expensive, high-quality shaving foam. I think this comes from the aromatic side of the frankincense combined with the musk and citrus. At the opening, the citrus is more prominent. It's juicier, it's sour, it's bright, and slightly overshadows the other notes from this scent. The fragrance is not completely dry. There is a mild sweetness, either coming from the citrus or the musk or some vanilla, which balance everything and makes the composition feel more complete. As the fragrance develops, the citrus transitions beautifully into the white musk. This musk has a slightly metallic facet, almost reminiscent of a surgical equipment, but not in a bad way. This is not a difficult fragrance to wear by any means. It's not opulent, it's not animalic, it's not challenging. I do sense some hay-like or slightly floral woody nuances, but those are likely coming from the interaction between the musk and frankincense. Nothing here is off-putting. In the dry down, the scent becomes muskier and slightly floral. The frankincense is still present here, but it moves further in the background, becoming more hazy and powdery. That faint metallic surgical steel note is still here, very subtle but noticeable. When I asked my girlfriend for her opinion, she said that it smells like an old room that has just been cleaned and then someone smoked a cigarette. She even described seeing an old ceiling fan, worn shades, and the sunlight creeping through the blinds. That's a really interesting image, and it carries the same nostalgic, clean, slightly melancholy vibe that I get from this fragrance, along with the smokiness that I was talking about earlier. So in the end, L'Orpheline is a 3-accord fragrance built around the citrus, musk, and frankincense. It's extremely minimalistic, beautiful, crafted, and made with high-quality ingredients. It doesn't evolve much over time, but that's the part of its charm. In terms of performance, I get around 8 to 10 hours of longevity on my skin. It has a very good longevity. It can definitely be worn year-round, but I personally prefer it during colder, gloomy days where it really complements the atmosphere. Projection is noticeable during the first hour, maybe an hour and a half, then it becomes more intimate. The sillage is musky, slightly smoky and powdery. If I had to associate it with an image, it would be a ghostly silver sparkling trail. This is not a groundbreaking fragrance that will flip the fragrance world upside down, but it's a very interesting minimalistic scent and an easy dump reach when you're not sure what to wear. Can even be a mood changer thanks to its cold metallic coolness. It's an easy unisex fragrance, slightly leaning masculine, but can be easily worn by a woman as well. This was my take on L'Orpheline by Serge Lutens. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And until the next time, take care.